Hey everyone, Meinke here. Jesus Christ. Hey everyone, Meinke here from MLive&apos, joined by Justin Rogers. Big game for the Lions this week, you could say, Justin. Packers, Lions, a couple of things on the line, I guess.
You are not too high or not too low right now. That was as bland of a sell job as I've heard.
Lions 11-4, Packers 11-4. It's for the NFC North title. First round bye, home playoff game. Dominic Raiola has been around for 14 years to play in a game like this, and now he might not play in a game like this. We're hearing reports that the Lions have informed, this is per Fox Sports, the Lions have informed Riola that he could be suspended one game, to expect to be suspended for one game for stomping Eagle Ferguson of the Bears. Sweet name, by the way. What do you make of the situation, Justin?
I have not been able to confirm the reports. You've not been able to confirm the reports. Nothing is official from the league at this point, but
it's definitely on the table.
Yeah, it is,
yeah.
And in my opinion, it should be on the table. Given the history, looking at the video of that incident doesn't look good. It's a frightening situation for the Lions to go into this ultra meaningful game, the most meaningful regular season game in Lord knows how long, and now you're talking about starting a rookie under center, and that's a guy that kind of struggled in the preseason, struggled when playing guard this year, and then you got Cornelius Lucas out on the right edge. So you're talking about two rookies on the line in this meaningful game, and that's not a good situation for the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a league that definitely looks at priors when it comes to handing out discipline, and Riola's never been suspended, but he's a guy who's been known to flirt with that line between aggressive play and dirty play, and we saw that just a couple of weeks ago against the Patriots. Riola was fined for his conduct at the end of that game, taking a swing at a guy, bowling over a defensive tackle on a QB kneel. I mean, these are things that happen. Players and coaches and people around the league take note. These are dirty plays where guys could get hurt because of Riola's conduct. He did not get suspended for that time, but it wouldn't surprise me at all, given his priors, given this happened just a couple of weeks ago, that the league takes that stuff under consideration when it's considering whether or not to suspend Riola here. I kind of expect it at this point. I'm not sure if he should get a suspension or not. That's not really my place. I expect it at this point to happen, which for me, as someone who knows Riola a little bit, I feel for the guy because he has been around for a long time and around a lot of losing teams with the Lions, and he loves the Lions and he loves this city. He's from Hawaii. He wants to stay in the city once he retires. I mean, he's really connected here. He wants to be a winner and part of a winner. He wants to build something, and now he's not going to be here for the Packers game. It's got to be a blow for him. At the same time, he brings it on himself.
Yeah, the problem with Riola has always been that he wears his heart on his sleeve. He plays with a great deal of emotion, and he struggled at times to keep that emotion in check, whether it's getting into it with fans. He's had multiple altercations on the field. It's just the type of player he is, for better or for worse. Caldwell, when we ask him questions that are hypothetically based, he generally rejects them. He says, I don't want to deal in hypotheticals. I believe it was Kyle today that asked, what would Travis Swanson bring to the table if the Lions needed him to start? And Caldwell answered it. He said, you can't replace the 14 years of experience.
Yep.
And that's fair, that you've seen a lot of things, you know guys' moves, but he said he hopes to replace it with youth and vitality. The fact that he acknowledged it, the fact that Caldwell acknowledged it, it's significant to a degree. He does, like I said, he typically rejects the questions. Clearly the Lions are prepared for this, prepared for the worst case scenario, and it's looking like they probably should be.
Head coaches will never say anything in situations like this, and Caldwell especially. And it's our job as reporters to kind of read the context and read the tea leaves. And sometimes you can pick up on these little cues. For instance, with the Joseph Fourier injury a few weeks back, he didn't say anything about it, but you could tell by the way he addressed it. And comparing that to how he typically talks about these things, that something serious was happening. And I get the same impression here. I think it's been acknowledged in the building that a suspension is very real for this guy. And Swanson, he did have some exchange issues in camp. I think that's something that's got to be concerning. concerning. At the same time, that was a long time ago. He has settled in since, and a lot of those exchange issues came with Dan Orlovsky and Kellen Moore. Obviously, a very different scenario with Matthew Stafford, a guy who's taken thousands of snaps in his life, and so forth. So some things to be concerned about. Certainly, that's what you lose with Raiola, is the sense of stability. He may not be the best center in the league. He's certainly not this year, but at least you know what to expect. How many muffed snaps have we seen this year? Maybe one or two, mostly in shotguns. But with Swanson, there's a giant unknown, especially in a game of this magnitude.
Yeah, and there is a thought process that Raiola could appeal it. Players do win appeals. I imagine that would be heard this week. He would hear about the suspension within the next 2 days. They would hear the appeal before the game. But yeah, it's really up in the air right now. It's something the Lions don't need. They didn't need this distraction, but it is going to be a distraction all week.
Yeah. Well, we should hear some kind of news one way or the other on a suspension sometime in the next 24 hours. We'll be all over it on MLive. For Justin Rogers, I'm Kyle Meinke. We are MLive. Keep it right here.